Hello everyone, it's me, Briston. So in the introduction video, you heard that I will be talking about English linguistics, American Sign Language, and possibly Dutch. While it is true that I am self-teaching myself Dutch, it's a very slow process as I often have to put it on the back burner for school and life. So I'm just going to say that for the most part, what you'll get from me is English linguistics and American Sign Language, and I'll probably alternate between the two subjects every week, every other week. So there you go. So since this is my first video, I'm kind of testing out the YouTube waters. I just want the quality to see if it works, blah, blah, blah. So what I'm going to talk about today is fairly light. I'm going to talk about the 2012 word of the year, and I'm going to do a short etymology of one of the most popular words in the English language, at least in America. So, earlier in January, the American Dialect Society or Association got together and they voted and they unveiled the 2012 word of the year. And the 2012 word of the year is, are you ready? Is hashtag. Did you get it? Let's try it again. The 2012 word of the year is hashtag. Let's do some sample sentences, some examples. That usually helps. Those of you with Twitter accounts know exactly what hashtag is. Those of you without Twitter accounts, I'll give you some examples. Hi, Mom. So, hashtag originally started on Twitter as a way to link common posts together. For example, I watched the show called Once Upon a Time, which is awesome. And if I wanted to post something on Twitter about it, I might say something like, OMG, Cora's back in town, oh man. Hashtag Once Upon a Time. And then I can go on Twitter, or other people can go on Twitter, and they can search hashtag Once Upon a Time and find everyone's collective opinions, posts about the show. Then it evolved into something where you tack on the end of your post to add humor or wit. So I would post something like, oh man, just sat on the couch with my food and my blanket, forgot my drink in the kitchen, hashtag first world problems. You can search these and get all sorts of funny things, but sometimes it's personal. Someone might just tack it on at the end for comedic effect and not necessarily as something to help other people search for common posts. Now it's starting to come into conversation. This is a weird one, and I'm not sure how. Well, let me give you an example, and then you can decide how you feel about it, and then maybe I'll express my opinions. So if someone were to use it in conversation, let's say a friend asks me, hey, you went to Jenny's party last weekend. How was it? I would answer, Jenny's party, hashtag boring, and I would say that to another human with words in my mouth. Language is wonderful, and I don't want to condemn how people use language. Will it enter my language? Hashtag no way, Jose. So let's move on from the 2012 word of the year. Oh, you can look at the runners-up and the people, it's like a yearbook. So there's the word of the year, and then there's also like most funny, most useful, least useful. You can read all those at the American Dialect Society's website, americandialect.org. So let's talk about dudes, or at least the word dude. When you hear the word dude, what do you think of? Maybe surfers, maybe a regular guy, maybe the Big Lebowski. And if it's not the Big Lebowski, when you're done watching this, go watch that movie, because it's the best. But that's just like my opinion, man. But I bet that a lot of you don't think of this You see this foppish young fellow. When you think of dude, this guy. Turns out that the word dude is not quite as contemporary as maybe we thought it was. It dates back to about, according to the OED, the Oxford English Dictionary, which is, in my opinion, the best dictionary, but I'll do a segment on dictionaries and blah blah blah, that kind of stuff another time. But according to the Oxford English Dictionary, the first recorded usage of the word dude was actually in 1883, and meant something along the lines of a name given in ridicule to a man affecting an exaggerated fastidiousness in dress, speech, and deportment, and very particular about what is aesthetically good form, hence extended to an exquisite, a dandy. And it gives some other examples on 1883 from different publications and magazines and stuff where dude is used in this definition. And then because of the word dude, we get things like dudedom, dudeness, dudery, dudism, which is my favorite, the state, style, character, or manners of a dude, dudine, which is a female dude, not dudette, dudine, dudish, or el duderino if you're not into the whole brevity thing. So it goes on and it evolves. So it goes from this foppish, dandy, kind of goes through this period of time where it means soldier, just kind of a run-of-the-mill, kind of still low level kind of dude. Kind of got lifted a little bit to mean regular guy. It included women, dudine, dudette, which is interesting considering that now, especially if you think of like someone like the Big Lebowski, it means very much the opposite of what it did in 1883. So for my other videos, I will probably be going more in-depth into things like that. I will explore other words that are interesting. I will talk about more technical, dialectal, is that a word? Things, how words are formed in the mouth, how people say certain words, why we say things that we say, in what regions people say things that are weird or not weird. I'll talk about dictionaries, probably. As far as American Sign Language goes, I'll throw in some vocab next time, whether it be next week or the week after. I'm going to be talking about storytelling and how that works in a cultural way and how ASL is used to tell stories, and how the hands work in that way. So tune in next time. Hopefully you'll watch the other videos. There's all sorts of languages being discussed here. Chinese, Korean, Japanese, I think Swedish, was that in the introduction video? So there's lots of stuff. You don't have to be a linguist or a linguistical student to watch them. They're all fascinating, I think. So until next time, bye.